I've been able to see a couple Chargers games in person. One of them I called. I called a Chargers home victory in Brazil. And last night, as a spectator, I watched a Chargers road victory in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
because that was a road game.
Sure was.
In the home of the Chargers last night. I don't care what they're, with the bugles and first down and all the Charger PA guys screaming and yelling at me for 4 quarters. Look at that shot on the screen. That's not Pittsburgh, PA. That was SoFi Stadium on Sunday night.
Horrible towels out there.
Dude.
My buddy has Charger tickets. He texted us that he went to the bathroom and it was 40 Steeler fans and him.
Honestly. But the Chargers fans were the one last standing. And they're the ones who know you got to beat the traffic. You got to get going. There was one shot on the Oculus last night when it was 22-3 or 20, whatever the hell the score was at the time. And they showed the fans leaving en masse, and the Charger fans who were there were just giddy, excited.
I bet.
Because this team that is down their all-world left tackle, only to be replaced by their terrific future right tackle, moving to left tackle, and Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, they're missing those guys. They were the ones who were delivering the blows to the team that turned the Colts over 6 times last week in the Steelers. And the Steelers drew blood first with their serial killer of a kicker hitting one from the middle of the lightning bolt in the middle of the stadium from 59, 60 yards out. But Khalil Mack got things rolling for the Chargers with a sack safety of Aaron Rodgers, beginning a very long night for the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. Very long night. Steelers went 2 of 11 on 3rd down. You are not winning football games. Giving up a sack for a safety, unable to protect your quarterback, not getting the chunk plays down the field, and certainly putting your defense back on the field because you can't convert a 3rd down for your life. Jaylen Warren had another nice game, but Aaron Rodgers, it looked brutal last night. He couldn't do anything. And you got to tip the cap to the Chargers on that front because they watched the Broncos go to 8-2, and the Chiefs are sitting at home on a bye week at 5-4. Last thing you want to be, man, coming out of this mix is you're only a half game above the team that, or a game and a half. One game. Let's put it this way: one game in the loss column, without putting more distance between you and the Chiefs after you beat them in week 1, and you've beaten everyone in your division. So just keep winning these games. You've already won games in division. And win a game like this in the AFC, this is a massive win for the Chargers. Absolutely massive win for the Chargers, who are now 7-3 as opposed to 6-4 over the Chiefs. Had to have it. They are in the mix for this division 100%. And then the Steelers. I mean, even in week 6, right, when they're 4-1, coming off their bye after winning that game in Cleveland, or against Cleveland at home, and they're 4-1, and the Ravens lose to the Rams, and they're all banged up, they're injured, they're 1-5. Even at that point in time, there's still people saying, this is the Ravens division. And the Steelers had a 2.5 game lead after week 6. They're going to enter week 11 with a 1 game lead. That's it. And the Ravens offense is cooking, even though it's not easy against Minnesota. But the Ravens are now a game behind the Steelers. And the Steelers win over the Colts, that just got erased by the Los Angeles Chargers last night in front of the home faithful. And by that, I'm referring to the Steelers fans who were there last night. Really. I mean, it's loud in that building. It always is loud in that building because neither Los Angeles home team can let you sit in that stadium in silence for a split second. And I'm not talking about the fans. But and I sound like an old man on the front lawn. I should not.
Your text message did seem a little front lawn.
Listen, SoFi is an incredible stadium. Like, you go in there and it's like you're watching a game through VR goggles. It's unbelievable. But long story short, it is a wildly missed opportunity by a Steelers team that could not do anything well last night Other than, I guess, not even kick, right? I mean, their serial killer of a kicker, missed one, too, which was a surprise. And Mike Tomlin was chippy with the media after the game, and I can't blame him.
I'm not lacking confidence. I don't need a pat on the back. We stunk it up tonight. We'll be back.
Is it just one of those games, literally?
I'm not trying to frame it in any way. I'm just telling you guys what happened. You guys write the narrative.
How would you assess Aaron's performance tonight?
How would you? Next.
Do you think you could have run the ball more often?
Guys, like you 0 for 9 or 10 on third down, you're not going to have enough snaps. Like we've been over that discussion a lot. Next.
A lot of nexts. Oof. Something out of the Drew Rosenhaus press conference lexicon. Next question. Rodgers talked about he was a little bit off, is what he said. I've got to play better. I will. If it's better checks, if it's better throws, whatever it is, I got to play better. I will. Well, they have to, because it's now 1 game difference. And I'll tell you what, you finish second place in this division, you might not make the playoffs. You may not make the playoffs. This may be a 1-team situation. Oh, and by the way, guess who in the middle of this soliloquy on the AFC North is just returned to practice in a limited capacity? His name is Joe Burrow.
Heard of him.
There you go. I knew he wasn't going to sit around and go, oh, we're 3-6. Oh, we might be 3-7. I'm not coming back. God bless. A doctor may step in. Mike Brown may step in. I don't know what's going to happen. But, boy, have the Steelers had that 4-1 situation, leading a Ravens team at 1-5 and a Bengals team that was clearly, after 6 weeks of this campaign, struggling with Jake Browning. Now they look towards Flacco. They've only won once since.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.
Steelers Nation, gather around, because what we're facing right now is one of those moments that tests every ounce of belief, passion, and fight inside this franchise. Coming off a tough, exhausting outing against the Los Angeles Chargers, a game where the defense spent far too much time on the field and absorbed wave after wave of Justin Herbert's relentless passing attack, we now turn our attention to Cincinnati. And once again, the Steelers are staring down adversity, staring down injuries, staring down uncertainty. But history tells us something important. This team never backs down. It never collapses when it gets difficult. It leans into the storm. The latest challenge on the list is significant, and it comes in the form of a major defensive concern. Cornerback Darius Slay, the veteran presence the Steelers brought in to stabilize the secondary this season, is officially in concussion protocol after. Let's be honest, this is a blow at a time when the secondary cannot afford another setback. Pittsburgh already reshuffled this unit several times this season, and every shift has come with pressure and consequence. Jalen Ramsey, who the team entered James Pierre, the man who has quietly, consistently earned more trust this season than ever before. Pierre hasn't been a star, but he's been reliable, and now he gets the call for the kind of matchup that can rewrite the trajectory of a career. Facing Cincinnati, especially if the Bengals decide to unleash more downfield shots, is no small task. But Pierre has shown the tools, the patience, and the confidence needed to handle bigger responsibilities. Joey Porter Jr. will line up opposite him, and Porter has already proven he belongs on the field every snap. The combination of those two, with Ramsey patrolling deeper zones and Kyle Duggar playing the hammer role underneath, creates a defensive structure that might be very different from what Pittsburgh envisioned in September, but may be exactly what they need now. These are the moments where unexpected heroes emerge. And speaking of unexpected, let's talk about Sebastian Castro, the safety who just returned to Pittsburgh after Tampa Bay tried to steal him away earlier in the year. The Steelers loved this kid in camp, loved his physicality, loved his mentality, loved his relentless effort in joint practices and preseason work. And now that he's back in the building, he's not returning to a quiet role. They're going to need him, immediately. Tomlin didn't mince words in his press availability. Castro is here because the Steelers believe in him, because they saw things in him that made them angry when Tampa grabbed him off waivers, because he fits what this defense wants to be: physical, fast, aggressive, and unpredictable. This is the type of player who doesn't just fill space. He generates energy. He makes the entire room sharper. When a defense is stretched thin, you don't just plug holes, you plug in sparks. Castro is that spark. But injuries don't stop there. The deeper you look into this roster, the more you see how urgently reinforcements may be needed. Mike Tomlin has not ruled out making a move from the practice squad, and the most likely name to watch is cornerback Daryl Porter. Porter was one of the most surprising preseason standouts for Pittsburgh, breaking on passes, playing tight coverage, and showing no fear at the next level. With the secondary stretched nearly to its limit, Porter could find himself elevated to the 53-man roster as early as this weekend. He's not alone. The Steelers also have Daquan Hardy, Derek Forrest, and Deshaun Jameson waiting in the wings. Hardy and Forrest both offer NFL experience at safety, and Jameson brings pure speed, the type of speed you want against teams that love to stress defenses vertically. As we saw last week, when depth collapses, the entire identity of a defense shifts. Pittsburgh refuses to let that happen again. Let's step back and understand the stakes here. The Steelers are still in the hunt. They are still in the heart of the AFC North race. They still control their path. And even after that loss to the Chargers, even after the injuries, even with the depth issues, this team is still one win away from regaining momentum. Cincinnati is not a team to fear. They may be physical, they may have offensive firepower, but they are also wildly inconsistent, plagued with defensive struggles, and still dealing with instability at quarterback throughout the season. Historically, when the Steelers get punched in the mouth, they punch back. And that's exactly what this game represents. A punchback moment, a chance to reset the tone, a chance for players like Pierre, Porter, and Castro to step into bigger roles and show why they belong in Pittsburgh, a chance for Ramsey and Duggar to take command of a secondary that desperately needs leadership. And let's not forget what this defense did earlier in the year, holding Jonathan Taylor to a season-low rushing total, forcing 5 turnovers against the Colts, producing strip sacks in critical moments, fighting, clawing, dragging themselves into wins even when things look bleak. That identity is still in this locker room. It hasn't gone anywhere. The message for Steelers fans is simple. Don't count this team out. Injuries are tests of depth, chemistry, and resilience. And if there's one thing the Pittsburgh Steelers pride themselves on, it's resilience. Whether it's undrafted rookies, practice squad call-ups, veterans returning to the roster, or players stepping into bigger roles than expected, this team always finds a way to stay competitive when it matters most. So as we move into Week 11, remember this. The Steelers have been here before. They've lived through seasons of chaos, injuries, doubt, and noise. And somehow, they always rise. Darius Slay's absence hurts, but it doesn't break the plan. The next man up mentality is not a slogan in Pittsburgh, it is a way of life. And against the Bengals, we're about to see exactly how deep that mentality goes. Steelers Nation, this is your moment too. Stay loud, stay locked in, stay believing. Because this team is not finished, not by a long shot. And when the final whistle blows on Sunday, we may just be talking about a secondary that shocked everyone, stepped up under pressure, and put this team right back where it belongs. If you're riding with the Steelers, drop your thoughts below, hit like, smash that subscribe button, and tell me how you see this matchup playing out. This channel grows because of you. Let's take this run together.